Thank you for tuning in to Ashland Tonight News. Today is Wednesday, September 19th, and here's a look at today's top stories.
We're very excited to be here tonight. Today's show is being broadcasted live from the Ashland County Fair. We'll give you updates on all of the events.
Also, hear how a potential pig champion was found injured. Details next.
And it was a race for the runway for a horse, but definitely not towards the finish line. Stay tuned for more.
And we'll get the scoop on all the upcoming fair events, so don't you miss out. I'm Emily Tibbetts.
And I'm Brittany Lee, and you're watching Ashland Tonight News for local coverage you care about. Stay tuned.
Another year at the Ashland County Fair is underway as beautiful weather and distinguished guests welcome fairgoers on Sunday morning. State Senator Bill Harris, County Commissioner Matt Miller, State Representative Bob Gibbs, and the Ohio Fair Queen Hannah Crossing spoke, and Mitch Rooks and Addie Runkle were crowned the 2007 Fair King and Queen. During the ceremony, the Jeromesville United Methodist Church was recognized for their 50 years of service of feeding fairgoers a full meal. Fair boat members were also recognized, including 3 who have served for over 50 years. The festivities of opening day did not stop with the opening ceremony, but continued with the parade of bands, a baked goods sale, kiddie tractor pull, and many animal demonstrations and competitions.
Well, one of the fair's most popular events roared to life this past Sunday evening. The Ohio State Tractors Pools Association held its annual modified truck and tractor pool events at the grandstand. The pool featured 3 divisions of tractors: Super Stock, Modified, and Pro Stock, as well as one of the 4-wheel drive truck division. Competitors attempted to outpool one another all night. In the Super Stock division, it was Jordan Lustick leading the way in his tractor, Ride the Lightning, with a pool distance of 325 feet. Roger Early was all business as he came in with a second place with a distance of 305 feet in his tractor named All Business. Scott Tedder was the winner in the modified division with a pool of 302 feet, while Ron Barga II came in second place in his tractor The Judge with a pool of 298 feet. In the Pro Stock division, Danny Schmucker took top honors in his tractor called Rampage, as pooled for a distance of 313 feet. Mike Linder fell just shy of first place with a pool of 311. And lastly, David Pierce finished first in this 4-wheel truck division with a pool of 323 feet in his truck named Stormer. Don Odell finished second in a 4-wheel drive truck division with a pool of 317. To see more of the OSTPA event, tune in to TV2 Friday, September 21st at 6 p.m., where we will be re-airing the entire event.
Buttercup the pig was a potential fair champion until last Friday when Matthew French found him injured. It is suspected that a rival must have done it in an attempt to keep the pig out of the fair. The veterinarian determined that it was not the other pigs, as one of the bruises looked like the heel of a boot, and there were no bite marks or scratches. Buttercup is currently being sedated, but is not expected to live much longer. Due to the injury, Matthew was forced to enter a smaller swine named Dipstick, but was upset because she came in underweight.
Things got a little out of control at the Ashland County Fairgrounds on Monday when a horse escaped from its owner during one of the annual competitions. During the second of the 5 harness races, a horse which was still hitched to its sulky somehow managed to escape from the grandstands and took off into the fairgrounds. Fortunately, no one was injured, as the nearby onlookers were able to restrain the horse and get him back into the track. Once they had calmed down the horse and the race restarted, the runway duo named Sage Cheese went on to win first place in their race.
While the Ashland County Fair has enjoyed 4 days of festivities, there's still a lot more excitement to happen this week. Tonight, do not miss Hickory Wind with Tex Reagan on the Midway stage at 7, or Josh Grayson in the grandstand at 7:30. Tomorrow night at 6 is Motocross, and Friday at 6 will be the Ashland County Tractor Pull. For a complete list of events this week, log on to www.ashlandcountyfair.com.
The fair is always a good time with the family and friends, but now let's see how the animals are enjoying themselves. Ashland Tonight News reporter Kelly Reskowitz has fun at the fair. Check it out.
Hi, this is Kelly reporting from Ashland County Fair, and right now we're checking out in the sheep barn. Let's see what they have to say. Is that so? Tell me more. Well, thank you very much. That's all for the sheep. Let's go head over to the cows. Now we're visiting the dairy barn. Let's see what Rosie has to say. Uh-oh. So, Rosie, what are you eating for dinner tonight? That sounds good. What's your name?
Coral.
Coral? How old are you?
12.
Okay, cool. So what's Rosie doing here at the fair?
I'm showing her as a 4-H cow, and I'm milking her.
Okay. I see some pretty ribbons for Rosie. What is Rosie receiving?
I got second place with her in the 2-year-old cow show, and then I got an outstanding for interview judging.
Well, congratulations. Glad to meet Rosie. We'll come back to another animal next. Wow, I think he's not very happy right now. You got that, Brett?
Thanks, Kelly. It's been an amazing week so far at the fair. Have you been able to make it out at all?
I haven't been out, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting some fair food before I head home.
Oh, yes, it smells very good.
Coming up next in local news, 2 teens die as a result of a car crash.
Stay tuned.
Side and play. It's such a lovely day. One more thing to say. It's time to get away.
Hey, Dad, when are we gonna go camping again?
We will sometime, but not now. I'm busy.
Surprise, surprise. I know, but you always say that.
We will sometime, just not now.
Well, at least come to the camper and see what I'm doing. I'm almost finished.
Just a minute.
Dad, come on, please. Dad, come on.
What does it take to get you back into the lives of your family?
Hey, who put all this stuff in here?
Sure glad you could make it, Dad.
Give them everything.
You know you have a choice, Dad.
Give them your time.
Lake or the river?
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
All over America, people are taking the National Radon Test. Have you? Answer true or false. Radon is a radioactive gas.
False.
True.
It's true?
It's a natural gas?
The Office of the Surgeon General recommends all homes be tested for radon.
False.
False.
True. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer.
False.
It's true.
I'm totally surprised. I never would have thought that.
I don't even know where to go to have it checked.
1-800-SOS Radon.
If I don't take care of it, nobody else will.
Does peace really have a chance within our lifetime? At Rotary, we believe it does. We've created programs at universities around the world, dedicated solely to teaching peace to a new generation. There's a new symbol for peace. Rotary.
17-year-old Lindsay Williams has been charged with felony accounts of vehicular homicide with the crash that took place on May 4th. Williams' passengers at the time were 15-year-old Elizabeth Bortz and 17-year-old Samantha Boland. Both were killed when Williams lost control of her vehicle and hit a tree on County Road 2850. Williams' attorney, Robert Whitney, entered a written plea of denial last week, stating the juvenile is equivalent of not guilty. However, prosecutor Ramona Francisca Rogers states that evidence shows Williams' recklessness caused the death of her passengers. There are elements in this case she believes that will warrant Williams' felony charges. Williams is scheduled to reappear in juvenile court on October 10th.
Police are in search of a suspect after an Ashland man was found shot to death early Saturday morning. A call was made reporting shots being fired where Robert Annis, 45, was found after being shot several times. The investigation has led police to the empty home of Kosh McCadden in Mansfield. He is believed to still be in Mansfield area but has connections in Wisconsin and Detroit. Tahari Matthews has also been arrested on a charge of suspicion of felonious assault. Matthews has admitted to pointing a handgun at Annis and pulling the trigger, but claims that the gun did not fire. According to the police, it is believed that McCradis is armed and dangerous, and any information concerning his whereabouts should be reported to the Mansfield Police Department at 419-755-9755.
The mandatory hydrant flushing began this past Monday and will continue throughout the remainder of the week. Director of Ashland City Water Department Kurt Young stated the procedure is mandated by the Ohio EPA and will take place in areas such as Cooper Drive, Olive Court, and King Ridge Drive. Local residents have been advised to avoid doing laundry from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and have been warned temporary water discoloration may occur when nearby water hydrants are being flushed. Although iron and manganese may be stored up in the system, officials have said there is no health risk to the consumer. The flushing is sent to last until Friday evening. For additional information or assistance, contact the Ashland City Water Department at 419-289-8322.
As summer draws to an end, the last days of nice weather seem to call out the road crews to complete projects before it snows. Remember that north and southbound Interstate 71 is reduced to 2 lanes of traffic during the daytime hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. and to 1 lane of traffic during the nighttime hours between mile markers 183 and 193, Monday, September 24th. And Ohio 603 will be closed until the 24th between Township Road 1875 and Kreider Road for cultivar replacement projects.
Up next, we'll have your 3-day forecast.
Also, Brian Vale will have your AU sports updates.
Stay tuned.
My father taught me a lot about life, without ever saying a word. When I was a little girl, my friends were all just like me. His never were.
Hello, hello.
Didn't you bring them, George?
I thought you were going
No, I brought them last time. Huh?
You're all right. I forgot. All right, so we'll be with...
I used to wonder, why would a Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim ever get together?
It was him.
And then I finally got it. They had a lot more in common than donuts.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
With diabetes, you feel more vulnerable.
Every day is a new challenge.
Diabetes has made me improve my life. I take better care now.
I could actually die from the flu.
Being in control is the only way to survive.
A flu shot? Guess you could say it's like a life preserver when you have diabetes.
I'm going to ask my doctor for a flu shot today.
1 in 8 Americans goes hungry. One idea helped change that. A community started a garden that blossomed into farmers markets. 1 in 6 children lives in poverty. One group of women found an answer by opening a daycare center that their neighbors could afford. Today, 36 million Americans live in poverty. But one by one, people are helping themselves and each other to change the picture of poverty to one of hope. For easy ways you can help, visit povertyusa.org.
Well, fairgoers have really lucked out this week, and we've had perfect temperatures throughout most of the week, and the streak will carry on through the weekend.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the current temperatures. Check out St. Louis. They're sitting at 88 degrees right now, with Columbus at 85 and Cleveland at 81. These are great temps to see in late September.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar. As you can see, there isn't much to talk about. Let's get straight to your 3-day forecast.
Thursday will be sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 56. Friday, mostly sunny, high 84, low of 60. And Saturday, partly cloudy, high of 82 and a low of 51.
These nice warm temperatures are wonderful for the end of September.
Yes, absolutely beautiful. Well, that's it for our weather updates. Now let's toss it back to Brian in the studio with our Ashland sports coverage.
Thanks. Let's get right to the action. The AU football team lost 49-28 at Hillsdale Saturday, dropping their record in 2007 to 1-1. Hillsdale jumped out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter, and the Eagles could not recover. the Chargers racked up 576 yards of offense in the game, including 426 through the air. Ashland was down 42-7 before bouncing back to score 3 times in the fourth to make it look close. Billy Cundiff was 18 of 30 for 240 yards, while receiver David Ziegelhofer had 5 catches for 109 yards for the Eagles. AU now hosts Northwood Saturday at Community Stadium at 1 p.m. The Eagle cross-country teams were in action last weekend at the Mel Brote Invitational. The event was held at Bowling Green State University, and it was Becky Yoder taking 20th place for the Eagle women. And on the men's side, Jeremy Train placed 12th, with Brandon Bauer placing 13th. The teams will compete this weekend at the Worcester Invitational. The women's soccer team lost Friday at Northern Kentucky, dropping a tough 2-1 decision. Alicia Van Santen scored the goal for the Lady Eagles, and now they will host St. Joseph's this afternoon. They are 2-3-1 on the season. The men's soccer team was drilled by Northern Kentucky Friday, losing 8-2. The 2 goals for the Eagles were scored by Seth Janitsky and Max Hiltner for AU. They are now 0-6-1 and will host St. Joseph's later today. The tennis team is off to a great start, now having won their first 6 matches of the season. They beat Cedarville 8-1 and then won 2 matches at the Wilmington Invitational, beating Wilmington and West Virginia State. This weekend they host Ferris State and Grand Valley State in GLIAC action. The volleyball team has continued their stellar play, improving to 13-1 on the season. They beat Gannon and Mercyhurst at Cates Gymnasium this weekend to start conference play. They hit the road this week facing Findlay, Hillsdale, and Wayne State in conference action. Amanda Stefanski was named GLIAC Player of the Week last week for AU, who is now ranked 10th in the country. The men's golf team took 2nd place in the Ferris State Invitational last weekend. Chris Robertson and Danny Evans both shot 143 to tie for 5th place in the event. Grand Valley won the tournament 5 shots ahead of AU. They played in the Grand Valley Invitational yesterday. That's all I have this week. More news live from the fair right after this.
Dear Sarah, if I could spend the day with you, there are so many things that we could do. In short, I'd want us to do all the things you're already doing with your family. And finally, I'd tell you to never forget that by giving you both a loving mom and a dad, I didn't give you up. I gave you more.
Adoption. It's about love.
Hey, honey. You okay?
Jill's pregnant.
Our Jill?
Our Jill. I've been thinking, though, nothing really has to change because when the baby comes, I'll help her. We'll help her, right?
She's just a kid.
We never thought it would happen to us. We didn't know how to best help her through the tough decisions she'd have to make. We found that help. And not just for her, but for us too.
Where there's help, there's hope.
Ashland University's annual homecoming event is scheduled to take place Sunday, October 7th through Saturday, October 13th. This year's theme is entitled Honoring the Past, Connecting the Future, and will focus on the relationship of AU alum and current students. Online voting for the 2007 Homecoming King and Queen will take place September 25th, October 1st, and October 2nd. For more information, go to www.ashland.edu/events/homecoming.
It's that exciting time of year again. Greek recruitment is all week for sororities and fraternities. There are more than 80 girls going through formal recruitment parties and about 30 guys registered for Greek life. It'll definitely be an exciting weekend. The fraternities will celebrate their bid day Friday morning, and the girls will receive their bids Sunday afternoon.
Tickets for Ashland University's 32nd annual Madrigal Feast go on sale to the public on September 24th. The feast runs from November 28th through December 2nd at 6:30 p.m. in AU's Redwood Hall. The Madrigal Feast is a dinner theater which entertainment before, during, and after dinner. It is designed to suggest the time of Queen Elizabeth of England, roughly through the 1600s. The cast wears costumes designed as authentic reconstructions of the time apparel. The feast includes a 4-course meal culminating in flaming bread pudding. Tickets are $24 for adults, seniors, and AU faculty and staff, $14 for children under 12, and $21 for groups of 10 or more. The special AU student rate is for Wednesday is only $11. Call the AU box office at 419-289-5125 to reserve tickets with a credit card or stop by the box office at the corner of Grant Street and College Avenue. Tickets will not be available at the door.
Ashland University's Coburn Art Gallery will feature a display of sculpture by Robert Bickey titled Experience. The show will open September 27th and run through November 9th. There will also be an opening reception held 4:30 to 6 p.m. on September 27th. The show is free and open to the public. The Coburn Art Gallery is located outside Hugo Young Theater in AU's Center for the Arts on the corner of Grant Street and College Avenue. The gallery is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays and other hours by appointment. For further information, contact Larry Scheiman, Gallery Operations Director, at 419-289-5652. So what are you planning on doing this weekend?
Well, actually, I am in one of the sororities on campus, and as you previously said, we have recruitment going this weekend, so going to be busy with that. Yeah. What about you? I'm
going to try to maybe get out to the fair a little bit, spend some time out here in the nice, beautiful weather.
Good.
And well, Tech Crew is sponsoring a movie night again this Friday at 9 p.m. in the Student Center, so check that out. Also, Saturday afternoon, come celebrate Alumni Day at the Community Stadium and football game against Northwood at 1 p.m.
Well, that about does it for tonight's Ashland Tonight News. We would just like to thank our TV2 crew, and if you're interested in helping out with Ashland's TV station, you can email us at tv2@ashland.edu.
That's right, and don't forget to join us next week. We'll be back in the studio Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Thanks for joining us.
And have a great night.
Good night.